Now, before going to discuss the detail of the landform and landscape, we must know what is landform and what is landscape. Here we have the best example of Pakistan. So Pakistan is a land of landscape because it comprises of different landforms. The northern part, the northern part, the western part, and the southern part of Pakistan mostly covered with highland. Even the center part where we have the Suleiman Range. So these are the areas which are called the highland areas. And this has different type of vegetal cover, different type of environment as compared to the plain areas. So every landform has distinction regarding its characteristics. The plain area is totally different from the mountainous region. So that's why Pakistan is called the land of landscapes. Now, what is primary landform? The primary landforms are called the initial landforms. It is produced by the initial forces. Those forces belongs to the internal structure. Like we have the forces, the tectonic force, the volcanic force. So these forces actually the very important for the making of the land. So the primary landforms are produced by endogenic processes or initial forces. They produce initial or primary landforms. Tectonic and volcanic processes bring fresh rock to the Earth's surface. So these are actually the initial forces. So the primary landform are made by the endogenic forces, and those are tectonic and the volcanic forces. The second is the landform, which is called the secondary landform, are produced by exogenic processes. These processes work at the Earth's surface. They lower continental surface by removing and transporting mineral matter. So these are the forces which are actually acting on the surface of the Earth and makes different type of landforms. Like the water has one of the very important exogenic agent and the secondary force. It had different type of landform over the surface of the Earth at different stages. At mountainous areas, it had different landform which are called the erosional landform made by water. And the plain area where it has matured stage, it make different landform due to its depositional work, and the delta area, which is the old stage of the river. So the secondary landforms are also called the sequential landforms. They are produced by running water, waves, and currents. And the most important again agent is glacier ice with wind. Now this is the slide where we can see the active volcanoes and earthquake origins. Both are located in the same area because of the fault lines. So this is one of the very important primary force or endogenic force which makes the landforms. So in this area you can see the things which are under the shaking or trembling of the land. Why? Because of the fault lines. So this is one of the area where we have maximum earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. So this is mid-Atlantic ridge. This one area is called the ring of the fire. So eruption is one of the force which makes the land. So this is one of the endogenic force which is important for the creation of the landforms. Now this slide shows the tectonic movement areas, is the tectonic map of the world. So the red lines show the area which is under the fault zones. This is one of the very important endogenic force making the primary landforms due to the convergence. Like this area is under convergence zone. This one, the two plates are moving with each other, and the Eurasian plate is moving towards south, the Indian plate moving toward north. So the convergence is the main activity between the two plates. And this is the area where we have the divergence. The plates are moving away from each other. So that's why you have the creation of the new land, or the endogenic, one of the endogenic force which create the landforms. So this is one of the very important force which is the primary force for making of the primary landforms. The secondary landforms are made by the process of certain agents which are called the exogenic processes. This is one of the force which is called the waves or the currents. So this is one of the area where we have the erosion of the surface. Waves जो हैं या currents जो हैं जब move करती हैं तो coastal area के साथ टकराती हैं, जिससे जो है वहाँ पर erosional हमें landform नज़र आता है, जिसमें आप ये देख सकते हैं कि वाटर के एरोजन की वजह से जो उसकी अंडर कटिंग है रॉक की वो हो चुकी है और उसका जो सरफेस कटिंग है वो भी स्टार्ट है। तो इस तरह से जो कोस्टल इन्वायरमेंट है वहाँ पर हमें वेव और करंट्स की एरोजन नज़र आती है। सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द एरोजनल लैंडफॉर्म ऑफ द कोस्टल एरियाज। सो आप देख सकते हैं कि वेव और करंट्स के मूवमेंट से जो हार्ड रॉक है उसकी भी एरोजन हो चुकी है। सो वन ऑफ द हार्डेस्ट रॉक, इवन ग्रेनाइट जो है वो भी अंडर एरोजन जो है उसकी डेप्रिसिएशन होती है और हमें उसके एरोजनल फीचर नज़र आते हैं। Now here we have another agent which is under the exogenic process is the water, or in other words you can say the river. So आप यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं कि river की cutting की वजह से जो even hard rock है उसकी जो sides हैं वो भी हमें cutting में नज़र आ रही हैं, और इसमें आप जो mountainous area है वहाँ पर आप meandering भी देख सकते हैं। So this is actually the way of the river or the course of the river, but it erodes the area which is in front of the water. So it has maximum erosion in that part of the channel, but the layers shows that it once flows here. यहाँ पर ये कभी ये बहता था, बट इसकी जो हाईएस्ट जो पीक्स हैं जब ये समर में मूव करता है तो इसमें वाटर का जो चैनल है उसमें वॉल्यूम बढ़ जाता है। तो इस तरह से इसकी इरोजन जो है ये सीजनल भी हो सकती है, समर में और विंटर में। सो इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द अमाउंट ऑफ द वाटर and the slope of the valley, the material that carries with the water, and the width of the valley. Now this slide shows the wind action in the desert areas which are under the low rainfall or under arid type of environment or semi-arid type of environment. The wind becomes the most important agent of erosion. This is one of the very important agent of exogenic process, जिससे सरफेस के ऊपर जो है लैंडफॉर्म बनते हैं। तो डेजर्ट एनवायरनमेंट में जो हवा है उसके अमल से इसके एरोजनल और डेपोजिशनल लैंडफॉर्म बनते हैं। तो इसमें आप देख सकते हैं कि इवन जो हार्डेस्ट जो सख्त तरीन चट्टान है वो भी विंड एक्शन से जो है उसकी डेप्रिसिएशन होती है, और सम हार्ड रॉक्स जो हैं वो उसी तरह से सरफेस के ऊपर मौजूद रहती हैं, लेकिन आहिस्ता आहिस्ता यहाँ पर भी उसकी एरोजनल वर्क स्टार्ट रहता है। So this is the desert area where you have the making of the landforms in the form of dunes. ये dunes जो हैं ये रेत के बने हुए टीले हैं जो कि हवा अपने साथ रेत के ज़रात को उठाती है और किसी दूसरी जगह शिफ्ट करती है। So wind move the particle of the sand from one place to another. So when wind move, it carries the material and deposit the sand particle in different regions when the speed of the wind become lessen. सो हवा की रफ्तार जो है इन रेत के ज़रात को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह मूव करती है। In exogenic process, the glacier is one of very active agent in making of the landforms. So in the mountainous areas or in the high latitudinal regions, glacier become one of the very active agent. So it move the material with tremendous force from highland to the lowland areas, from the higher latitudes to the low latitude regions, and deposit that material in the valley regions. So the exogenic processes wear down the initial landforms to create sequential landforms. So when we are studying this type of things regarding the landforms and landscapes, the study is called geomorphology. In geomorphology, we are not only discussing the initial landforms, but the sequential landforms also the part of the subject.